Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Saturday. We got 17 matchups on this MLB slate today, guys. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Working our way to 20.3K subs, so go ahead and keep up the good work, guys. And check out all my betting links in the description below. Really great promos, especially with DraftKings. Bet 5, get 150 in bonus bets. Take advantage of that. They got all kinds of boosts every day for pretty much every sport. So take advantage, especially on this monster slate today, guys. Those links are in the description below. And yeah, we'll hop in it. We're starting the day with 2 double headers. So that'll be exciting. First matchup, we got a doubleheader between the New York Yankees versus the Cleveland Guardians. Yankees opening up as road favorites at -135. The Guardians +115 with the over/under at 8.5. Yankees coming into this matchup 10-3. The Guardians 9-3. Pitching for the Yankees is Clark Schmidt with an ERA of 4.66. Pitching for the Guardians is Carlos Carrasco with an ERA of 4.50. Schmidt, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Carrasco, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. The Yankees, coming off a Miami loss. Cleveland coming off a White Sox win. Yankees are 4-1 against Cleveland, 11-4 on the road against Cleveland. They've been very good against the Guardians here, but the Guardians are playing well. And the under sit in 7 of their last 8 against the Yankees, so maybe the under could be a play. But this was the same pick I made yesterday, and I'm still going to stick with it. I like the Guardians +1.5 at home in Game 1 here. Next matchup, we got Game 2 between the New York Yankees and the Cleveland Guardians. Game 2's looking more like a pick'em scenario. At both teams -110 with the over/under at 8. Pitching for the Yankees is Cody Petit with an ERA of 0. Pitching for the Guardians is Tristan McKenzie with an ERA of 4.0. Petit has not pitched in a couple years, so we'll see how he looks on the mound. McKenzie, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 2 strikeouts. And yeah, the stats are going to, all the info is going to be the same as the game before. I hate doubleheaders, I really do. Just because it's just a straight back-to-back. You don't know how they're going to react. You don't know what the rotations are going to be like. I mean, it's pretty brutal. So I don't love the second game of back-to-backs here in a pick'em scenario, but I don't love Petit on the mound. We just haven't seen him in years, so really don't have much to judge him off there. McKenzie coming off a really great start on the mound against the White Sox. And in a pick'em scenario here, I like the pitching better in this matchup. So I think I'm going to take the Guardians at home in both games. Next matchup, we got a doubleheader between the Minnesota Twins versus the Detroit Tigers. Twins opening up as road favorites at -120. Detroit +110 with the over/under at 8. Twins coming into this matchup 4-7. Detroit 8-4. Pitching for the Twins is Joe Ryan with an ERA of 3.18. Pitching for the Tigers is Kenta Maeda with an ERA of 9. Ryan, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Maeda, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Minnesota 3-7 in their last 10. They're coming off a Detroit loss. 8-2, disappointing game for Minnesota. Minnesota, they are just 1-5 against Detroit. 1-4 on the road against Detroit here. Maeda, 2 rough starts on the mound. He's given up 9 runs in his 2 starts this season. Yeah, Ryan, been decent. Gave up 3 runs his last game. Yeah, I'm not in love with Maeda on the mound today. Or the Tigers. I think this is a game the Twins can win in Game 1, and I'm going to take a shot with Minnesota on the road. Then the Game 2, we've got Minnesota Twins versus the Detroit Tigers. Detroit opening up as home favorites at -135. The Twins plus 115 with the over-under at 8.5. Twins coming into this matchup 4-7. Detroit 8-4. Pitching for the Twins is Simeon Woods Richardson with an ERA of 0. Pitching for the Tigers is Matt Manning with an ERA of 0. Woods Richardson, he has not played since 2022. Manning, coming off great starts here. His first start of the season, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 3 strikeouts. His last 2 starts to end the season last year, he gave up no runs. So he's coming off 3 no-run games here. So he's been very good on the mound. And another pitching situation I don't trust. Woods Richardson and Manning been great on the mound. And I like the Tigers to win game 2. Next matchup, we got the Kansas City Royals versus the New York Mets. Mets opening up as home favorites at minus 165. The Royals plus 140 with the over-under at 8.5. Royals coming into this matchup 9-5. The Mets 6-7. Pitching for the Royals is Alec Marsh with an ERA of 3.09. Pitching for the Mets is Sean Manaea with an ERA of 0.82. Marsh, his last start he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Manaea, his last start he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. The Royals, coming off a bad Mets loss yesterday, 6-1, ending their big winning streak they were on. A nice 2-game stretch for the Mets here. The Royals are 1-6 on the road. Haven't been the best road team. The over's hit in 5 of their last 7 on the road against the Mets, so maybe the over could be a play. And Marsh hasn't been horrible on the mound. He's given up 3 and 1 run in his last 2 starts. Manaea, he's been very good. He's only given up 1 run in both of his starts here. I think the Mets are starting to play better, and I like Manaea on the mound. I'm going to lean with the Mets at home today. Next matchup, we got the Cincinnati Reds versus the Chicago White Sox. Reds opening up as road favorites at minus 130. The White Sox plus 110 with the over-under at 7.5. Reds coming into this matchup 7-6. The White Sox 2-11. Pitching for the Reds is Nick Lodolo with an ERA of 0. Pitching for the White Sox is Garrett Crochet with an ERA of 2.0. Lodolo, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Crochet, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. The Reds dominating the White Sox yesterday 11-1. Really hard to trust the White Sox with what they did yesterday. They're 1-8 at home. Reds hit like crazy yesterday. I think I'm going to take the Reds on the road again here. Next matchup, we got the Colorado Rockies versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto opening up as home favorites at minus 190. The Rockies plus 150 with the over-under at 9. Rockies coming into this matchup 4-10. Toronto 6-8. Pitching for the Rockies is Dakota Hudson with an ERA of 2.38. Pitching for Toronto is Yariel Rodriguez with an ERA of 0. Hudson, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. I don't have any info on Rodriguez, so it looks like he's making his first start. And I don't know what happened with Toronto yesterday. Colorado winning 12-4, dominating them. Bad look for Toronto. That was just a horrible loss. Because Colorado, they are just 1-9 on the road against Toronto. 2-16 on the road where they've been horrible. I just think this is a big bounce back game for Toronto. We'll see what Rodriguez does on the mound. I don't think the Rockies are going to hit like they did yesterday. That's their highest. They've had double digit runs twice this season so far. They put up 10 earlier. I don't think they're going to do that back to back. Big bounce back for the Blue Jays at home. Next matchup, we got the Milwaukee Brewers versus the Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore opening up as home favorites at minus 145. The Brewers plus 120 with the over-under at 8.5. Brewers coming into this matchup 9-3. Baltimore 8-5. Pitching for the Brewers is DL Hall with an ERA of 4.82. Pitching for Baltimore is Dean Kramer with an ERA of 2.19. Hall, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Kramer, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Milwaukee on a 3-game winning streak, beating Baltimore bad yesterday 11-1. I mean, dominating win for the Brewers. The Brewers are 5-1 against Baltimore, 4-2 on the road against Baltimore, where they've been very good. And I think they're great dogs today. I'll take a shot with the Brewers plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies opening up as home favorites at minus 150. The Pirates plus 125 with the over-under at 8.5. Pirates coming into this matchup 10-4. The Phillies 7-7. Pitching for the Pirates is Marco Gonzalez with an ERA of 2.45. Pitching for the Phillies is Spencer Turnbull with an ERA of 0. Gonzalez, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Turnbull, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 6 strikeouts. He's coming off back-to-back 0-run games here, so he's been very good on the mound. Pittsburgh coming off a Phillies win yesterday, 5-2. Nice win for Pittsburgh. They are 8-2 on the road, so they've been able to get road wins. I mean, and there's great start of the season for them. Gonzalez hasn't been bad, and I don't know, looking like a flip-flop kind of series. Both teams stealing a win so far, but I really like Turnbull on the mound today, and yeah, I think I'm gonna lean with the Phillies at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the Texas Rangers versus the Houston Astros. Houston opening up as home favorites at minus 160. The Rangers plus 130 with the over-under at 9.5. Rangers coming into this matchup 8-6. Houston 4-11. Pitching for the Rangers is Andrew Heaney with an ERA of 7.56. Pitching for the Astros is Ronel Blanco with an ERA of 0. Heaney, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 2 strikeouts. His last start was against Houston, so he had a bad game against Houston. And Ronel Blanco, he's been very good on the mound. Hasn't given up a run this season. His last game against the Rangers, he pitched 6 innings, gave up no runs, had 4 strikeouts. The Rangers beating Houston yesterday 12-8. And the struggles continue for Houston. On a 4-game losing streak, it's just been brutal for Houston. They did win 3-1 with Blanco on the mound. Rangers 14-1 on the road, 6-0 on the road against Houston. That's pretty dominant numbers there. Blanco's been great on the mound. That's really the only positive for the Astros, I would say. I just don't trust Houston. And the last time they played when Blanco was on the mound, they only gave up 1 run. I think the Rangers will do better this time against Blanco. And I'm still going to take the Rangers plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Washington Nationals versus the Oakland Athletics. Washington opening up as road favorites at minus 130. Oakland plus 110 with the over-under at 8. Washington coming into this matchup 5-8. Oakland 6-8. Pitching for the Nationals is Mackenzie Gore with an ERA of 4.09. Pitching for Oakland is Joe Boyle with an ERA of 8.22. Gore, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Boyle, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Washington on a 2-game losing streak, losing to Oakland 2-1 in the last game. Oakland kind of playing well right now, 5-1 in their last 6. Not looking too bad. The overs hit in Oakland's 8 of their last 11. It was a low-scoring game last game here, so hopefully we get more hitting today. And I don't know. I think Oakland's a good dog today. Not in love with it, but I'll take a shot with Oakland plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Atlanta Braves versus the Miami Marlins. Braves opening up as road favorites at minus 200. The Marlins plus 165 with the over-under at 8.5. Braves coming into this matchup 8-4. The Marlins 2-12. Pitching for the Braves is Chris Sale with an ERA of 3.38. Pitching for the Marlins is Max Meyer with an ERA of 2.45. Sale, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Meyer, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. The Braves beating the Marlins pretty bad yesterday, 8-1. Dominated them from the start. Atlanta, they're 10-4 against Miami. The overs hit in 5 of the last 5 on the road against Miami, so maybe the over's a good play. And don't have too much trust in the Marlins here. Chris Sale, been good on the mound his last 2 starts this year so far, and I'm going to take the Braves on the road. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Angels versus the Boston Red Sox. Angels opening up as road favorites at minus 120. Boston, actually, it's looking more like a pick'em scenario now. Both teams minus 110 with the over-under at 10.5. Angels coming into this matchup 7-6. Boston 7-7. Pitching for the Angels is Griffin Canning with an ERA of 8.38. And this is the only game that there isn't a listed pitcher for the Red Sox. So that's TBA, so we'll see who ends up pitching for Boston today. Canning, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 4 strikeouts. LA, coming off a Boston 7-0 win yesterday. I mean, yeah, dominated them yesterday. Tough 4-game losing streak for Boston right here. The Angels, 6-2 against Boston, and they're 5-0 on the road. Yeah, nice win for the Angels. We'll see who ends up pitching for Boston today. Canning hasn't been the best on the mound. His last start was against Boston. He did give up 4 runs in that matchup, and they did lose that matchup 8-6. So, yeah. Usually when you see a team get shut out, they get it going the next day here. Canning lost them their last one here. We'll see who ends up pitching for Boston. I like a big bounce back day for the Red Sox after getting shut out yesterday. Be Boston plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the San Francisco Giants versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Both teams in a pick'em scenario at minus 110 with the over-under at 7.5. Giants coming into this matchup 5-9. The Rays 8-6. Pitching for the Giants is Logan Webb with an ERA of 4.86. Pitching for the Rays is Ryan Pepiot with an ERA of 4.63. Webb, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Pepiot, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 11 strikeouts. The Giants, 3-7 in their last 10, losing to Tampa Bay 2-1 yesterday. Tampa Bay on a 3-game winning streak. The Giants 0-5 on the road, 1-4 against Tampa Bay. Yeah, in a pick'em scenario, Pepiot coming off a 0-run game, looked good in his last start. I think I'm gonna roll with the home team in a pick'em scenario, and I'm gonna take the Rays at home. Next matchup, we got the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Both teams in a pick'em scenario at minus 110 with the over-under at 10.5. Cardinals coming into this matchup 7-7. Arizona 6-8. Pitching for the Cardinals is Kyle Gibson with an ERA of 6.23. Pitching for Arizona is Riley Nelson with an ERA of 8.22. Gibson, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 7 runs, and 5 strikeouts. Nelson, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 7 strikeouts. St. Louis, coming off an Arizona win yesterday, 9-6. Nice underdog win for the Cardinals. They are 6-1 on the road against Arizona. 4-1 against Arizona. They've been very good head-to-head here. Yeah, Gibson coming off a 7-run game against Miami. Not a good start for Gibson there. But yeah, in a pick'em scenario, I'm gonna roll with the better head-to-head team here. Hopefully Gibson has a much better day on the mound than his last start, which I think he definitely can. And I'm gonna take the Cardinals on the road. Next matchup, we got the San Diego Padres versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at -130. The Padres plus 150 with the over on. Oh, sorry. The Dodgers opening up home favorites at -200. The Padres plus 160 with the over under at 9. Padres coming into this matchup 8-8. The Dodgers 10-6. Pitching for the Padres is Matt Waldron with an ERA of 3.86. Pitching for the Dodgers is Gavin Stone with an ERA of 4.50. Waldron, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Stone, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. The Padres on a 2-game winning streak, coming off and Dodgers win yesterday 8-7. Nice win for the Padres as the underdog. Padres, they are just 5-10 against the Dodgers. The over's hit in 8 of the last 10 between the two. I think the over is usually a good play in this series with all the hitters on both teams. And yeah, this one's tough here. Both pitchers coming off really good starts on the mound. Dodgers, kind of blew the game yesterday. Dodgers on a 2-game losing streak. Oh, man, the betting against the Dodgers for me is tough. They just have, I'm going to roll with the Dodgers until they have a bad losing streak. I might start fading the Dodgers here, but I think I'm going to take the Dodgers at home. Then the last matchup, we got the Chicago Cubs versus the Seattle Mariners. Cubs opening up as road favorites at -140. Seattle plus 115 with the over-under at 8. Cubs coming into this matchup 7-6. Seattle 6-8. Pitching for the Cubs is Shota Imanaga with an ERA of 0. Pitching for Seattle is Emerson Hancock with an ERA of 11.42. Imanaga, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Hancock, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 8 runs, had 6 strikeouts. The Cubs on a 2-game losing streak, coming off a Seattle loss. Nice win for Seattle yesterday. The Cubs, they are 7-2 against Seattle. The over's hit in 5 of the last 6 on the road against Seattle. Maybe we get some more runs today for that over to hit. Imanaga hasn't given up a run in both his starts this season. And then Hancock coming off an 8-run game against the Brewers. I like Imanaga on the mound. Been very good here. And I think I'm going to take the Cubs on the road in this one. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Saturday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Sunday. Have a good one.